The controversial city lawyer Danstan Omari has issued one of the strongest messages to uh, President William Ruto during his recent days. According to Danstan Omari, if President William Ruto wants to win the 2027 election with the support of ODM party and ODM supporters, then at this moment, he should give one of Raila's son or even Ida Odinga a chance to serve Kenyans at the highest capacity level in the cabinet ministry. According to Omari, that is the only way, unison, that President William Ruto can show respect to the late Right Honorable Raila Odinga and value to his contribution to this country.
This is the most tremendous and consequential deaths that has ever happened in this country. One, to the head of state. My advice as a political analyst, and that is likely to be, one, the president must look for a way to continue holding the Luo Nyanza together and Baba's orphans. How will he do this? Oburu has been given a temporal leadership position in ODM. To me, that is for funeral. It will have to end after Monday or after Tuesday. The way forward for Baba, to tame the people, Baba must reorganize his cabinet. Once he, the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Ruto, what is his way forward? One, he must reorganize the cabinet. The cabinet being, he must appoint the only person who can lead ODM, that is Mama Ida Odinga. Not the son, not Oburu. Mama Ida Odinga should be taken to cabinet. Two, Mama Ida Odinga will take over the reins of the husband's party. Remember, we have elections in...
He was speaking during a press briefing here in Nairobi that Danstan Omari told President if indeed he wants to get support from the ODM fraternity, then Mama Ida Odinga should be part and parcel of the Kenya Kwanza government cabinet ministries or cabinet secretaries in the next 18 months, that is next to the general election. If not, he should forget the support of ODM. According to Omari, the likes of Edwin Sifuna, the Secretary General for ODM, Minority Leader for ODM, Junet Mohammed, and other leaders from the ODM party would depart from ODM. That now the ODM contemporarily gave Raila's brother Oburu Odinga to be the chairperson or to be the party leader for ODM. It's only because it was a burial ceremony and to honor the death of Raila Odinga that in very soon the party National Executive Council will sit and find out who will be the party leader before 2027 so that the party can have direction towards the general election that is yet to come. And Omari actually told President William Ruto to be very keen in selecting the cabinet ministries in this section, that now those who are serving in government are now political orphans who their father was Raila Odinga, and the only person who can secure them as his children or as our children is Mama Ida Odinga, the spouse of late Raila Odinga. He further went and said that it is him, when he was explaining the relationship between him and Right Honorable Raila Odinga, he also exposed something about the former cabinet secretary for Interior, Fred Matiangi, that it is him who represented Fred Matiangi severally in courts because Baba had directed him to represent Fred Matiangi. Otherwise, anasema Fred Matiangi could be a long story. Matiangi sahi angekuwa amekulwa na angekuwa under 6 feet ground.
CS's house at Karen. Raila Odinga came. I remember I called Citizen, and that is why I've given this exclusive interview to Citizen TV, because Citizen TV came, put their live gadgets. When the DCI came, they could not be able to walk in. They saw Raila Odinga, they saw us around there, they ran away. Actually, let Matiangi know that had it not been Raila Odinga that night, Matiangi could have been buried earlier than Raila Odinga. It was such a bad situation because the arrangement that was there was not easy. So, agreed with this, the DCI decided now to arrest me and charge me together with Matiangi. We were summoned. We rushed to court and got anticipatory orders. We got anticipatory orders. When we went to the DCI, Matiangi, the DCI swore that Matiangi must sleep at least for some days in the cells. I called Baba. Baba again came to the DCI headquarters. When they heard I've called Baba, they informed the Director of Criminal Investigations in person. The Director of Criminal Investigations wanted to know whether it's true I've called Baba. I told my good friend Amin, yes, it is only Baba who will save the situation. And in 20 minutes, Baba was at the DCI headquarters. And that is when the DCI said, release Matiangi, release Omari, or else Baba takes and runs down the DCI headquarters. Matiangi was released. We were released from the DCI, courtesy of Baba. Then the DCI said they will pursue me very vigorously. My file to be charged was taken to the DCI. The file for Matiangi was taken to the DCI, so that the DCI, the prosecutor, can decide. The DPP then, Nurdin Haji, a very sober person, a very competent deputy, that's the Director of Public Prosecution, looked at the file and said, there is no provision.
If it's not for Raila to have intervened through him and through other group of lawyers who represented Fred Matiangi most of the time in court when President William Ruto took office, when other civil organization groups were fighting the rights of those who were killed during the Uhuru regime, and their bodies were being dumped in River Yala and others being dumped in other rivers, or there are a lot of people, a number of people who were killed during that particular time. And remember, during particular that time, the former Interior Cabinet Secretary was the man on the wheel in terms of interior, and always it will be the person to be held accountable. Danstan Omari said that it was Raila's wish that the Kenya Kwanza government be part of the ODM. And he said that those things that happened and Baba wished to happen, then President William Ruto has a chance to correct them and make them a reality. If that is not clear, then if he should forget the 2027 election support from ODM party. Here is the full clip.